Hello everybody, this is Maggie, I'm Stan, and we're going to be doing some musical songs for you tonight. So we'll crack on with the first one. This was written in 1892 and was sung by Gus England. He's a Costa type act. And if you've seen any photographs of him, he was very peculiar. He had a sort of sideways baseball looking cap on. Anyway, very strange. This song is all about the horrible things that happen to us men when we get married. And every word of it is true.
Oh, don't you believe it?
I lost my pal, he's the best in all the town. But don't you think him dead because he ain't? But since he's wed, well, he's had to settle down. There's enough to wax the temper of a saint. He's a brewer's drayman with a leg of mutton fist. As strong as a bullock or an horse. But ignorance is like a little kid. Oh, I wish as I could get him a divorce. It's a great big shame, and if she belonged to me, I'd let her know who's who. Nagging at a fella what is 6'3" and only 4'2". If they hadn't been married not a month nor more, when underneath her thumb goes Jim. Isn't it a pity as the likes of her should put upon the likes of him? Now Jim was class, he could sing a decent song, and if scrapping he had won some great renown. It would take 2 coppers for to make him move along, and another 6 to hold a fella down. But today when I asked him would he come and have some beer, the doorstep on his tiptoe he arrived. Oh, dead, says he, don't shout because she'll hear, but I have to clean the windows and the knives. It's a great big shame, and if she belonged to me, I'd let her know who's who. Nagging at a fella what is 6'3" and her only 4'2". Well, they hadn't been married not a month nor more, when underneath her thumb goes Jim. Isn't it a pity as the likes of her should put upon the likes of him? On a Sunday morn with a dozen pals or more, he'd play at pitch and toss upon the lea. But now she bullies him a scrubbing on the floor, such a change, well, I never did see. With an apron on him, well, I twigged him on his knees, scrubbing up the old half stone. What with taking out the ashes and the shelling of the peas, I'm damned if he can call himself his own. It's a great big shame, and if she belonged to me, I'd let her know who's who. Nagging at a fella what is 6'3" and her only 4'2". Well, they hadn't been married not a month nor more, when underneath her thumb goes Jim. Isn't it a pity as the likes of her should put upon the likes of him?
Terrible. This next song was written by Harry Castling in the early 1900s. It was made popular through the singing of Maury Kendall, and it was even included in a film called Say It With Flowers. It's from the woman's point of view this time, on becoming somebody's second wife, and it includes lots of advice on how to put up with being compared with the first wife. La 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 da 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 da. comparisons between yourself and she. But there, don't lose your temper. Just take this advice from me, and don't you worry if your hubby tells you all those wonderful things that his first wife used to do. And don't start crying, because if you do, you are a silly cat. Just grab him by the whiskers, swing him round the room and say, did your first wife ever do that? Da 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 da. Now early in the morning, when it's time for him to rise, to go off to his work, do you lie back and close your eyes? You'll hear him say, my first wife lit the fire and let me sup a nice hot cup of tea in bed each morn ere I'd arise. But don't you worry if your hubby tells you all those wonderful things that his first wife used to do. And don't start crying, because if you do, you are a silly cat. Just push him out of bed and then look down on him and say, did your first wife ever do that? Da 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 da. At home on Sunday, when you're pouring out his rosy lee, he may criticise your pudding and then say sarcastically, my first wife's pud was grand. She made it tasty, nice and brown. But for the pastry that she made, she deserved a diamond crown. But don't you worry if your hubby tells you all those wonderful things that his first wife used to do. And don't start crying, because if you do, you are a silly cat. Just slap a custard in his eye and grin at him and say, did your first wife ever do that? Da 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 da. Maybe when wash day comes around and by the tub you stand and scrub his dirty shirts and socks while he sits pipe in hand, he'll tell you, with his feet up, how in his first wife's day the clothes were always spotless and the dust was kept at bay. But don't you worry if your hubby tells you all those wonderful things that his first wife used to do. And don't start crying, because if you do, you are a silly cat. Just shove him in the wash tub and then wring him out and say, did your first wife ever do that?
Thank you. Okay, this next one, this was sung by Morny Cash. And it's one of those songs that's sung from a tramp's point of view, rather like Burlington Bertie. Dave Calderhead, who did this a couple of times at the Whitby Folk Festival Music Hall concert, kindly gave us these gestures. And he in turn got them from Colin Red Sullivan at the Troubadour Folk Club in the 60s. So this has got a really nice chorus and it's got some nice gestures to join in with, so please do.
And they're all clean gestures as well.
Today I've been busy removing and I'm all of a fidgety fidge. My last gigs were on the Embankment, the 13th from Waterloo Bridge. But the cooking and all the attendants didn't happen to suit me so well. So I ordered my man to pack up and look out for another hotel. He did, and this new place is extra, I vow. Just wait till I tell you where I'm staying now. I live in Trafalgar Square with 4 lions to guard me, fountains and statues all over the place, and the Metropole staring me right in the face. I'll own it's a trifle drafty, but I looks at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's quite good enough for me. Well, the beds ain't so soft as they might be, still the temperature's never too high, and it's nice to see swells who are passing look on you with envious eyes. And when you wake up in the morning, well, just fancy how nice it must be to have a good walk for your breakfast, and the same for your dinner and tea. There's many a swell up in Park Lane tonight who'd be glad if they only had my appetite. I live in Trafalgar Square with 4 lions to guard me, fountains and statues all over the place, and the Metropole staring me right in the face. I'll own it's a trifle drafty, but I looks at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's quite good enough for me. When I think of those unlucky banders, why the Morgans and the Clancy declares, who are forced to put up at the Cecil, my tenderest sympathy's theirs. To show I'm not selfish or greedy, I just tell each aristocrat that I don't mind exchanging apartments. Now, I can't say fairer than that, but the soft-headed sillies won't hear what I say. They still go on suffering while I'm all okay. I live in Trafalgar Square with 4 lions to guard me, fountains and statues all over the place, and the Metropole staring me right in the face. I'll own it's a trifle drafty, but I looks at it this way, you see. If it's good enough for Nelson, it's quite good enough for me.
Hurrah!
Thank you very much for listening, and it's goodbye from both of us.
Bye.
Bye.